Hello tool groupies, welcome to the Backwoods Mechanic channel. Today we've got one of them $10 or less tool reviews, and on the chopping block we have got a Stanley Wire Stripper / wire cutter. This is product number STHT 74938. It will run you on average around $6 in store at Walmart. If you can't find it, go to the link in the description box below. Have it sent to storage to your local Walmart for around $6. Now everywhere else you get this product, it'll run you between $6 and $12 along with the competition. Now if you want a bigger, better quality name brand made out of American made steel, things of that, you're going to want to look toward Channel Lock or Klein Tool. Otherwise, the similar ones on the market to this brand is going to be Irwin, Pittsburgh, Southwire, Hyper Tough. But right now we're going to be talking about Stanley because it does all the same thing as all the competitors, costs a decent little average price of $6, and it's something that every do-it-yourselfer is going to need. Whether you're an automotive mechanic or you're going to tinker around with your own stuff at home, your own do-it-yourself repairs, this is something you're going to need in your toolbox. Now this particular product does have, it is 6 inches or 152 millimeter long, and on average it has a 4.5 star rating. Online you can go check out a variety of sources, about 4.5 stars altogether. Considering this product's been out since January 28th of 2016, that's a pretty good rating out of about 50 people. The dimensions are 8.6 by 2.7 by 6 inches. It weighs about 0.8 ounces. It does got a hex screw right here in the middle that you can tighten up and put a flathead screwdriver right here if that ever does come loose. This does have a limited lifetime warranty, so do keep your receipt handy, and if it does have any type of defects or problems, then you can attempt to warranty it out by going to stanleytools.com or calling 1-800-262-2161. Now, of course, all this detailed information and links will be in the description box below, along with links to other tool reviews involving electrical equipment, electrical tools, so go check that out and enjoy. Of course, 6 inches long, 152 millimeters long. It's got the classic Stanley yellow and black look to it. It is made in China from, I believe, chrome vanadium steel with the black oxide coating on it, which makes it rust resistant. That way it won't rust as fast. And of course it's got the comfort grips on it. It's got the Stanley name brand printed on it. And the grips themselves, in comparison to some of the Channel Lock brands, they're made basically identical to what it is. It's nice, it's comfortable, it's small, it can be held in the palm of your hand. This is your basic little multi-tool. And the reason it's a multi-tool is because it cuts and strips both solid wire and stranded wire, copper wires that is. It does not cut steel. They don't recommend it to cut steel, but now if you're using it on your basic copper wire, anywhere between 10 gauge to 20 gauge, this will work fine. For those of you who do not know, the AWG means American Wire Gauge. That's what it stands for if you ever come across those products when you're looking or shopping or things of that nature. Now this particular product does have all the basic features that you will need to complete and do your job. For one, it's got the handle closure lock, which is right here. That's what this is. As you can see, you can open it and close it a few dozen times. Operates real easy, and it does stick out there a little bit so you can grab it, grip it, all that good stuff. The only downfall about this is whenever you're working, sometimes it will lock on its own when you're trying to work, and it gets a little bit frustrating. The Southwire name brands, a bunch of them do the exact same thing, so that will, probably aggravate you just a little bit, but it nonetheless does have the closure lock on it. That way you can keep it locked up, store it in your belt, store it in your toolbox, your ATV, your work truck, wherever it is you're going to put this particular thing at. It will stay locked up. You can store it. It'll be good to go. Now, of course, the middle of it has the coil spring in it. Makes it ready to use, makes it smooth, consistent operation whenever you're working. It easily bounces back and forth, feels good in your hand. The handles do set out pretty wide. I'd say the jaw capacity is about 1 inch to 1 1/4 inch right there, and it does pull back a little bit further than what I would like, but I mean, it will do the job and it will stay in place fairly well. Of course, it has the multi-tool functions here. We have got these 2 different holes here. Now this is not to be confused with the bolt cutting holes. That's not what this is, because as you move it back and forth, it goes outside of the distance of them actual holes. So that is not for cutting bolts. If you got a bolt cutter in there, you have to move it back and forth to line it up in order to compress it to cut the bolt. That is not what that's for. But this is more or less for one of those things. If you got a wire that's stuck in behind your wall, an outlet, something like that, you need a little bit more slack, but you can't move it with your bare hands. You don't want to put a pair of pliers on it and pull it. You hook it in and you try to pull it this direction, and it will help pull the wires out. Now of course it also has the drilled holes right here. As you can see, it's got the AWG solid, AWG stranded. This is all laser etched designed right here. It's got the Stanley product number, the safety features, and it tells you the gauge of wire between 10 and 12, 12 and 14, 14, 16, 16, 18, 18, 20, 20 and 22. Then this circle right here is perfect for crimping. If you need to crimp something, it will work for that purpose, to where you can hold it to put your wire in to feed it, or to compress it together and to crimp it. And it also does have the serrated teeth on the end of it, so if you need to reach back inside of a hole and pull it, it will grab onto something and it will pull. So it does have those features. But the main features on this are going to be basically the shear style cutting edge that it's got, and it does have it for precision. It is cut at an angle on each side, just like shears are. And the reason that it's cut that way is so it makes it a lot easier to actually work with your products or to skin your wires. Now this is essentially what's going to be referred to as a stranded copper wire. We're going to put it between the 14 and 16 gauge. I'm going to take it, I'm going to lock it in, and I can hold the wire because it's at that incline on each side, and then all you got to do is twist, and it will cut the rubber, or the insulation around the wire. Then all you got to do is pull it down, and right there you go. This is what's referred to as the stranded wire. You're going to find them inside of your electrical cords that you got in your house, whether it's your vacuum, your microwave, something like that. That's going to be your actual stranded wire, and that is meant to help strip those or cut those. And this is going to be your solid copper wire. This is what you can find in behind your receptacles, your outlets in your wall that you plug everything into. Is going to be this style of wire. As you can see, it cuts it real easy, and that's what these holes again here. As you can see, AWG stranded, AWG solid. Now if you got to replace a receptacle, an outlet, a plug-in, all you got to do, you take your wire out of the wall. You're going to want to skin it first thing. So you got to skin it. You got to find out what size you're going to use and how long you want it to be exposed. You're going to take it, you're going to lock this in place, you're going to pull it, and it'll expose your wire. And then you might want to bend it, because if you're going to be plugging in those little screws on your receptacles, that's what this hole right here is for. You take it, and then you can bend it over. Once it bends over, it's going to bend in the direction that you need it to, but that way you can lock this in and put the screw in place inside of your receptacle instead of using regular needle nose pliers to do it with. That's what this one-stop shop purpose tool, this multi-tool, is. It does everything that you need it to do for the price of $6. Now this is a pretty decent little product, folks. There's a lot more name brands on the market, a lot more places you can buy these from that has a lot more features if you're working on a bunch of different stuff. But as far as your average everyday do-it-yourself automotive around the house repairs, this particular item right here could be right up your alley. And if you want it, links will be in the description box below where you can buy it at, and other links to other tool reviews. But if you want to see this and much, much more, wide variety name brands, you want a chance to win some tools, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.